The purpose of this video is to give you an overview on how to navigate eCentennial. So to begin with, visit the website e.centennialcollege.ca. When you do, when you see this grid up here in the corner, you'll see all of the courses that you've been enrolled in. Alternatively, you can scroll down and courses that you've pinned as most common using this little pin here will also show up in your main shell here. Once you click on this grid area here, you'll see all of the courses for which you either are attending or have attended, and you can select that course from the drop-down list. Now, notice that you will have a different list of courses than I have, as you are enrolled in different courses. So click on this one here for MPPS 101, Motive Power Professional Skills 101. Now, depending on what section you're in, this part will change, but you'll notice that you're in your course shell, so it's your name and your profile picture here. We're just going to show you some of the features of the eCentennial course shell that will help you to be successful in this course. As you notice across the top, you have a toolbar. Now, this toolbar consists of a number of things such as content, grades, assessments, communication, course tools, and help. When you click on the content section, that will give you the content that's going to be covered in this specific course. The grade section is where you'll go to find out what items will be graded and how you've been doing on those graded items. The assessment tab is anywhere that you will complete an assignment for this course. It could be a written assignment that you drop into this assignment folder, serves as like a Dropbox folder where you can submit assignments digitally. Quizzes, this is where you'll take quizzes or tests, and they will be marked automatically using eCentennial or via your professor. If you're wondering the criteria for which something is marked, likely there will be a rubric associated with it, and you'll find that here. Any other activities with which you will be participating will take place here in the assessment folder. The communication folder is very good for helping you to do just that, to communicate with others in your class, both with your professor or with others in the class. So here you'll find our chat or our discussions, and also virtual classroom. If some of your professors are using that tool, the virtual classroom, you'll find that here. Let's take a look here at our main component that you'll see here when you log in, and that's our Newsfeed. Our Newsfeed is something that your professor will use to update you on things that are happening in the course. Likely they'll give you a weekly update and share with you information that's pertinent to that week's activities. It's also good that you look here regularly because you may get something that notifies you that class is canceled, class has changed, or there's something really important that you need to look at. So look at your Newsfeed, as this is your up-to-date information for your course. Also to note on the main page is your calendar. Your calendar will show what's upcoming this week, especially if you have assessments or deadlines. They'll show up in the calendar here so you can keep up to date and know what's coming next in the course. Oftentimes in your newsfeed, there will be a hyperlink. So you'll notice here that this is reminding us to go over to the content section to begin with. This is where you're going to start in this course. If there's not a hyperlink, it's quite easy to just navigate over by clicking on content. But for example, let's click on our content section and have a little overview of what we can see over there. When we click into content, it takes us right to the beginning, MPPS 101, and that is the welcome. So we want you to feel welcome in MPPS 101, Motive Power Professional Skills, and we're going to begin with our orientation. So how would that look like if you came in on your own manually? You're going to have your weekly views here, each week, what's expected, what will be covered in the course. So to begin with, welcome to MPPS 101. And just so you can get the same point of view, I'm going to make sure that you see it in the way that you would as a student. So click on our content section and begin with our first portion of the course. So this is a welcome message. It's letting you know who your professors are and how you can contact them. When you want to move on to the next module, there's two ways you can do that. Either you can go back to the main course shell again, go into contents, and then select the portion that you want, or in a more simplified manner, you can just click on the next arrow. This will take you to the next component in the shell. An alternative is to click on this sidebar here, and the sidebar will allow you to make quick navigation through this course. Perhaps there's something you want to skip, or perhaps there's something you'd like to repeat and go further back. The side tab here, this sidebar, will help you to do just that. So in here, you're going to have a little bit of an introduction into your professor or professors, and you can get to know them a little bit better as we really want to get to know you. Here's a feature that I want to bring to your attention. Perhaps English is not your first language, or perhaps you'd rather just have somebody read to you what's on the page. You can click on this button at the top of the page and listen to what is written there.
Meet your professor. Hi class. Welcome to Centennial College.
So there's a little example on what you can do. One of the other features you can use with eCentennial. Let's move over to our next component in our welcome, in our orientation package. So what is a hybrid course? This will be explained here in this module. What will happen during this course? Notice how it's broken out into the weeks. So week 1, this is where we are. This weekly overview will help you to see what's expected of you and what you'll be learning. It will also help you to see if there are any assessments. So yes, there is. For this first week, there is a little quiz where we're going to map all of the services at the college. So this little overview here will help you to see what's happening this week and what's to come in the weeks ahead. It'll help you to plan well. That's one of the professional skills that we'd like you to develop in this course, is scheduling your time wisely and planning ahead. So that will help you to do that as you look here at our schedule and critical path, our week at a glance. What's next? Expectation and responsibility is such an important thing to consider. So there's responsibilities for me and there's responsibilities for you. What responsibilities do you have as a student? Well, first, you must log on to our course every week, a minimum of once a week. Likely, you'll want to log in more than that. What else do you have to do? You have to complete all of the work listed in the weekly checklist. So there will be a weekly checklist in the content section of what you should be completing in this class and what it is that is expected of you during that period. What else should you do? Ask questions. Be part of the discussion. Remember, this course is for you, and largely what you get out of this course is how much you put in. So be part of the discussion. And when you do, be courteous and respectful to others in your class, myself, but also your students too. Follow the code of conduct. Where is that? Notice we have a hyperlink here that will take us directly to the code of conduct. And the code of conduct is very important because any of us at Centennial College, we're obligated to follow this code of conduct, students and professors alike. But as a student, it's very important that you get to know it. It's for protection, and it's also to make sure that Centennial is a pleasant learning environment for all of us. So we're all bound by this student code of conduct. It would be wise to look at that yourself. How will assignments be handed in? Well, as you can imagine, it wouldn't be very organized if everyone were to email assignments in. So all assignments must be completed both on time by the deadline, and they must be completed and handed in via the assignment folder. That's a Dropbox where you can put the assignments, and then it will associate that assignment with you. So I won't be trying to figure out whose assignment this is. So please always use the assignment folder. It's the mandatory method in which you can submit any assignment. Whenever you have an assignment, it must also be completed alone. Please view any assignment as independent work, although there are times where we'll have discussions and we'll learn from each other. When it comes to assignments, this is personal work. That takes us to the next note. The plagiarism and academic honesty policy. It's very important to note that Centennial College holds a very high standard for its students. And as such, they follow a strict academic honesty policy. That means that if anyone voids that policy or acts against that policy, then there will be disciplinary action against that student. So it's very important to know, what does that academic honesty policy involve? And so when you click on it here, this is hyperlinked, and you can have a look at this policy. It will take you down here and you can download that as a PDF right onto your desktop. Well, just as you have things that are expected of you, I also have things that are expected. And I'm sure there's many things you expect. I'm sure that you want to be treated with respect, that you want to hear back from your professor, and that your professor is listening to you. So I agree that I will really do my best to respond quickly within 24 hours, treat you with respect, be part of the discussion, and make sure that all of your assessments are given to you on time. Now, I do have hours that I'm in the office, but as well, I do conduct other classes. So if you'd like to have a meeting with me, I'm happy to meet with you. But please send me an email so that you and I can set up the right time to meet together, and then we'll have enough time to carry on that discussion. So please send an email, and you can come to my office anytime at C108 at the Ashtonby campus. So how can you be successful in this course? Well, keep up to date. Make sure that you take the initiative to follow along. Be motivated and disciplined. Be organized. And that's really the purpose of this course, is to help you in that. Some of the assessments that we'll give you will actually be based off of your contributions online. So please keep up to date. Look at the schedule. You'll notice here, as we move on to the next section, what is scheduled. You'll also see what will be marked on each one of these lessons. So it's not mysterious. There's nothing hidden. Please have a look at the schedule and notice what's coming up in the weeks ahead. Now, this is not a completely comprehensive overview on how to use eCentennial, but it should get you started. What happens though if you have a problem using eCentennial, maybe a technical issue? Don't worry. Using eCentennial and other technology in the course is one of the lessons that we're going to have here in week 1. So if you are not sure if you have the technology requirements, that's listed here. If you need help, don't worry, there's help. We have an e-help webpage that will help you to navigate common issues. Also, we have an IT department that can offer you technical support, maybe resetting your password, perhaps having trouble navigating to one of the pages. Maybe your browser settings are not right. The IT technical support is there to help you. Now, this is not fully comprehensive, all of the details, but if you would like to learn more, then notice that each one of these tabs that we talked about, we have a lesson that goes along with it. So how to navigate content, there's an associated video. How to look at your grades. How to know how you're doing in the course. What is your overall grade? What is your mark on a specific assignment? Here's a video. And etc., etc. You'll see as you scroll through and get familiar with eCentennial that there's some nice tutorials on how to use each component in the shell. Ever wonder if there's additional help provided? Absolutely. This course shell over here, this portion of our lesson will help you to see that there are many, many resources at your disposal at eCentennial to help you be successful. So what is your goal for this week? I'd like you to go back to the table of contents and look at week 1. Week 1, we're looking at our navigation video here. Next, an overview. This is what you should see each week. What is your outcome? What is the outcome of this lesson? What will you learn? And here's the checklist, things that you must complete online and things that you must complete in the class. We have a reading list, and we also have an assessment due. So you'll find all of that information here. So please enjoy this lesson. Enjoy your time here at the college and be part of the discussion. If there's anything that I can do as your professor, please just reach out, send an email, and I'm really looking forward to this semester that we're going to have together. Thanks so much for your time.